Have I ever done a whistle collection tour before? No, I haven't. Never even occurred to me. But this commenter has asked, so I'm going to do it. Okay, right there. That's it. That's the collection. That's all of them. And every whistle kind of has a purpose, right? I don't play in a band. I go to jam sessions every once in a while. I go to Celtic jam sessions, but I also go to jam sessions where people just do like general folk or country or like bluegrass or whatever. Um, and I make home recordings. And when I make home recordings, I usually add other instruments. So it'll be whistle plus guitar or banjolele or some bowron or something like that. So every single instrument here is specific, some function to like those musical practices. And if I change my habits, like if I join the band or stop going to jam sessions or something, I'd sell off some stuff and get new stuff because every job has a tool and there's a tool for every job. So I have a system here. So the keys that I play in most often, I bought nicer whistles, kind of higher end whistles, and I keep them out on the desk. So anytime that I even have 5 minutes, I can come practice or whatever. And then keys that I play less often, that I need less often, I have cheap and nice, simple whistles that stay in the containers at the back of the desk. My go-to high D is this Killarney. So that goes to jam sessions, every single jam session that I go to, no matter what genre this guy goes with, and he's on a lot of my home recordings. These are on a lot of my home recordings, but also they go to with me if I go to non-Celtic jam sessions. This is a one's an A and one's in G. They can go to a Celtic jam session. Sometimes the A is good to have at a Celtic session too. But the A that I have is a Alexander Karavayev. I got lucky. I found somebody selling it on like a Facebook whistle buy and sell trade group. And this is a Jerry Freeman tweaked Mezzo G. This thing is awesome. This is the best G whistle. And then I have two low Ds. So this one's a Howard. And this one was the first low D I ever got. It's a very good kind of intro low D. The finger spacing is pretty close, which is nice. And it doesn't take much air at all, like shockingly little air, which is super cool. The only downside is it's very quiet. So that's on home recordings. And I started taking it to jam sessions when I first got it, but I could barely hear myself, which is why I got this MK Pro, which is the most expensive whistle I'll ever own. Although I'm not always crazy about it. It's just, it takes a lot of air. It's extremely loud, which is why I bought it, which is good, part of why it takes a lot of air. The finger spacing is wider than on the Howard. I think it's because the bore is narrower and some other weird physics stuff. So the MK is just still tough to play for me. I've had it for like a year and I still do not feel confident on it, but the Howard is awesome to play. So, and then I have all of the other keys. I've got Generation B flat, and I've got these Susatos that are pretty cool. So these Susatos, the head joint comes off, and you could just put the head on any body, and they sell the bodies on their website, and you just need like one head for the group. So, for kind of on the cheap, I got a C sharp, a C, another D for some reason. I don't really need that, and a B. I kind of intentionally got weird keys with that Susato, but I really like the sound of the Susatos. And then everything else is Generations. This is a Gary Becker, one Shaw, and then this is a what's the guy's name? Yeah, Gary Humphrey whistle that I bought, and this is like a really nice one, like super handmade, great one, and I barely ever play it. So I just like the Killarney better at the end of the day. And then in the back here, these are some flutes made out of PVC pipe that I got for like $20 from a dude who was just hand making them online. His name's Critter. He lives in Texas. And they're good flutes. I don't play them much, but. And then this is another G whistle that I have that I got off of a Russian dude on Etsy. Made out of PVC pipe. It sounds good, but it's like really, it leaks air. So it's not a great one to play, but I'm kind of holding on to it until I find somebody who just wants it or will give me $20 for it or something like that. There's also a Fudog here that I've literally had this since I was 9 years old. And a Enchantress, Elf Song Enchantress Generation actually makes these. And it's got bagpipe fingering on it. The whistle sounds like absolute shit. It's completely out of tune. You would not play this on stage, but I use this as my practice chanter for my bagpipes. So there you go. That's it. I'm happy to answer other questions if people have them, but I got too many instruments. I got to sell some of this stuff off.